In this lecture, let's go ahead and let's learn how we could write context in our own separate file. So in the previous lecture, what we had done is we had created this user context and we had written this user context in the app.jsx itself. So now let's go ahead and let's create a brand new folder which actually holds up all of our context, and let's also create a new file in there. So in the source directory, I'll create a new folder. Let's call this particular folder or directory as context. And in this context directory, I would again go ahead and create a new file for this user context which we have. So let's name that particular file as usercontext.jsx. So usercontext.jsx. And once we have this particular user context file, here is where we will shift the logic for creating the context. So right now let's go to the app.jsx and let's actually take the code out from here. So I'll first go ahead and take up this line, which is the user context line. So I'll go ahead and cut this from here and I would paste this thing up over here. Now I'll also need to import the create context function as well. So import create context from React. And once the context is created, now here we have the context provider as well. So in order to replace or remove the context provider from here, what we could actually do is that in here, I could go ahead and create my very own user provider here instead of this user context provider. So here I would create a function. So I would say function user provider. So we are creating a custom provider here. And in this particular provider, what we would do is we'll make use of this user context.provider. So I could go ahead and cut this user context.provider from here. And instead what I would do is I would make this function return the user context.provider, and that's it. And now inside this user context.provider, we actually need to go ahead and render these two components. So what we have to do is in order to render these two components inside this, we first need to accept these two components as children prop here. So here I'll accept the children. And once we have the children, I simply need to go ahead and render those children here. So I would do that here. So now I could get rid of this one. And now what I would do is once I have this user provider, I would now make use of this user provider up over here. But even before we do that, we first have to go ahead and export this user provider. So here I would say export the user provider, and we have exported the user context as well. So what we could do is I could remove this export from here and I would export user provider along with user context as well. So user context and user provider. Now one more thing which I would like to highlight here is that whenever you're creating a context here, it's actually better if you just rename it to user context. So make sure that you do that, but I'm not going to do that for now. All right. So once we have this user context and user provider exported, now I could go ahead and make use of that provider here. So we first had the user context.provider, and now instead of using this user context.provider, I could directly use the user provider instead. So here I would say user provider, and I could use this to kind of wrap around the rest of the two components which we have here. So in this manner, what happens now is that the user provider is actually going to provide the context to these two components which we have here. But now you'll be able to notice that this particular app.jsx component is completely clean and it actually does not have the context provider logic in there. Now one more thing which we have to do here is that as we are providing the user and set user context from this provider, I could also go ahead and take this particular state, cut it from here, and instead create that particular state up over here. But just make sure that you import use state. So import use state, and that's it. Now if I go back here, hit refresh, it says the requested module does not provide an export named user context. And this error is at checkout.jsx. So let's see what exactly went wrong here. So if I go to checkout.jsx, here we are actually importing user context from app. But now we need to change that, and now we need to import the user context from user context. And the same thing needs to be done with the login.jsx as well. So here we have user context as well. So let's import user context from the context and not the app.jsx. Once we fix that, hopefully this should work. So if I type in Jake here, as you can see, this works perfectly fine. So this is how you could go ahead and separate out the context in its own separate file. So the only thing which you have to do is that you have to create a provider function, and inside the provider function, you simply need to return the context.provider and then basically render the children in between the provider tags. And then you simply have to export that particular provider along with the context. And as I earlier mentioned, it's actually better if you just name this in capitals. So always make sure that whenever you're creating some kind of a context, you make use of the uppercase letters over there. So that's it for this lecture. And in the next lecture, let's create a logout component and let's learn how we could use this particular context inside that logout component. So let's learn about that in the next one.